Hi, my name is Ana. I am the puppet maker and puppeteer for 90 Degrees North. I'm going to show you how you can use anything around you to tell a story. In 90 Degrees North, the puppets are made out of ice, and they show us that all materials have stories to tell. I am going to teach you some basic principles of puppetry so you can start to listen to materials all around you and tell stories with them. First, you're going to need some things. I am going to give you some time to go find stuff around your house. You might find something that makes a funny noise or moves in interesting ways. Anything will work, okay? Pause this video now and go! You're back! What did you find? Here are some things I found. Choose one of your objects to work with first. I'm gonna choose this one. The first thing we are going to do is familiarize ourselves with our object. So look at it, touch it, see if it makes noises. How does it feel? Does it remind you of something? Does it make you think about something or imagine something? Now, I'm going to put my object down and think. If it were a character, how would it breathe? Try it out really slowly. See if you can grab your object and make it breathe. Don't be afraid of trying out different things. Sometimes we think that an object might work in a specific way, but when we work with it, we realize that maybe the object wants to work in a different way. Once you've got the breathing down, let's try to make this object look around the space. Where would its eyes be? For this one, I imagine the eyes might be right here. So how would you know if it is looking somewhere? See if the puppet can look at itself or if it can look around. Can it turn its head? Can it look up, down, and around? Now let's see if this character can move to other places. How would it walk? Or would it fly? Or would it crawl? Does your object stomp around? Or is it very quiet? Think about the speed at which it is able to move. Is it heavy and does it have a hard time moving? Or is it so light that it needs to hold on to stay on the ground? Does it have legs or tentacles? Does it have other extremities like arms that also move when it walks? For example, this one I imagine could have 2 arms with which it waves hello. Do you feel like your object could talk? What would its voice sound like? I imagine this one would have a pretty silly voice. Hi! So if you put all of these things together, what kind of character is this? What interesting characteristics does it have? And what makes it different from other objects? For example, this gaze seems to me to have a pretty big mouth and little arms. And I imagine it could be some kind of friendly monster. What mood is it in? What kind of things does it like doing? What might it want? This one I think would like to hug all the other objects, but it struggles because of its little arms. If it were in a story, what kind of story do you think that one would be? I hope you see that all objects have stories they want to tell. If we take the time to get to know them and listen to them, we can get a chance to know their stories and tell these stories. The stories are already all around us. It is just a matter of us taking time and taking care so we can learn from and play with whatever we have at hand. Thank you.